Any minute now. There we go, I think. So, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome back to Boston by Night, the not really secret vampire game, where, this fine evening, Alice is returning to the house. You know, night in, night out, night in again. Yeah. Okay, so she spent the night out, and, things. But, yeah, promptly after getting up, she'll hop in the car, head back home, back towards the house. And, ooh, I will not do that because I didn't give any forewarning, and that's just mean. Um, but yes, we'll head back across town to the house. Have herself a little drive. Barring any incidents along the way, hopefully, we'll end up pulling into the driveway. Even, perhaps, the garage.
You certainly do.
Gasp. And considering that the whole garage situation can be quite interesting, may well end up, parking up, lock the car, and as she's shoving the keys into her pocket, probably popping out with her headphones still on, will toddle around towards the front of the house, because for some reason she just likes coming in the front.
All right. Well, straight away. You drive into the garage, you park the car, Niles Mini, of course that's there. Bam, there it is. You can't miss it. But the big black Range Rover that Ivy has is not there.
Yeah, she glances over at the empty spot and kind of does the little brow knit. She's on her lip, but maybe one of the ghouls is using it. She'll check, just on the off chance. But yeah, she'll make note. Head towards the front, jingling around her keys.
Yeah, so you make your way around.
Yep. Go to unlock the door, let herself in.
You certainly do. And guess what? The house is still the same. It looks relatively similar. The lights are on. You could already see the silhouette of what is the newspaper through the the frosted glass inner door that is the porch sort of thing. There is the you can see into the living room. Somebody sat there.
I mean, Paolo is a familiar silhouette, so she will assume as she, takes a moment to wipe her shoes off at the door, and comes strolling in, probably finally pulling the headphones down off her ears, letting them thump around her neck.
And of course, you stroll on in. The newspaper, like they kind of fold down to look over it. You see the man, the myth, the legend that is Polo.
Oh, Polo.
He is sat there. You can see there is a fresh teapot on the table. Steam coming out of the nozzle, and the cup itself. He looks around. Those glasses that he's wearing, not the sunglasses, no, the reading glasses this time.
Oh.
Yes, he's wearing, because it's getting colder, it has his hat on, of course, rolled up over the top of his ears, so he's not getting too hot. He is inside, of course.
Just a little wave.
He smiles, waves, hello.
Hey, Polo.
No, and flicks the paper back up, carries on reading what he was reading.
Yep, Jewel will leave Polo to his very important reading. And yeah, go ahead to well, actually, yeah, she takes a couple strides past them, pauses, and turns back. Hey, Polo? Is Ivy here?
He closes the paper, folds it in half, puts it down, leans forward, grabs himself the cup, takes a sip, Puts it back down. Unfolds the
Fucking
paper.
agonizing.
Opens the paper. No.
Oh.
I believe she's working.
It's just that pause of like, oh, a little bit of a pout as she glances up the stairs. Do you know where?
Oh, yes.
Could you tell me?
No.
It's funny because she half expected it.
You could always just ring her.
I think I will. Thank you, Polo.
You're very welcome.
And yeah, again, offers a bright smile to the paper. And goes to pull the phone out. Scrolling through for Ivy.
And I'm guessing you call.
She waffles for a second between calling and texting. Because if she's working, interrupting with a call could be bad. She'll settle for a text initially. And figure, she can be patient. Maybe it'll take her a moment to answer. So she'll just fire over a text initially that's, do you have any free time tonight? Question mark, send.
So you send the text. And you're waiting. And you're waiting. And what are you doing? You're just standing there waiting? Or, you're planning on moving around the house a little bit?
Yeah, she just kind of does that pacing thing you do when you're waiting for an answer. So probably paces back towards the door, paces down the hallway.
Yeah, you're pacing about a bit, and you can hear footsteps upstairs as well as somebody else is moving about. You're pacing, and your phone starts to ring.
Oh, snagged it. Yellow.
Alice, hey.
Hey. Look at you.
What's up?
Not a ton, but I did want to try to catch you if you have some free time.
Oh, of course I've got free time. I'm just doing a little thing right now.
Just a little thing?
Yeah, I got called out, and the other guy couldn't really do a lot. Even though he managed to turn up anyway. And you can hear like muffled voices in the background.
It's like a day job called in or a night job called in?
I don't know, actually. I guess it's technically night, but I mean, you don't know shit, do you? You just hear a muffled drama. Huh?
She actually kind of snickers and oh,
It's kind of both, really.
I just didn't want to interrupt if it was, important business.
Oh, no. This isn't that important. Do you hear some more muffled voices? It's not that important. You just got shot. It's fine. No,
Just
so
a little shot.
Well, I don't want to give out too many details because of patient confidentiality and all. You hear a bit of a. Clearly, she's twisting something.
Are you on the phone while you're taking someone's bullet out?
Well, I said it wasn't that important. Please,
Oh.
I've always got time for you.
Oh. Just like, oh, that bedside manner, though. Jesus.
It's fine.
is this the person that was supposed to come in anyways? Because I feel like they didn't come in the way they were supposed to.
Oh no. This is what I'm called out to. The person that was supposed to cover this turned up late, but turned on. So I'm already, at least an inch deep into this guy's leg already. So I might as well just finish it off.
Oh, well. Don't let me distract you while you're an inch deep in some guy's leg.
Please, you're not distracting me. Trust me, there's a whole lot more things distracting than you, my dear. So don't worry about that.
Oh? Well, okay. Do you want me to meet you out somewhere when you're done digging in a guy's leg, or?
Well, I mean, as much as I'd like you to come see this and get involved, it's not really my part of call. It's kind of it's a bit more fidgeted. Yeah, you hear her talking, but the phone's clearly been moved away from her face, and you hear her getting snappy with somebody.
Oh, Jesus.
This will probably take me. Well, I'm hoping about 10 more minutes. So if you give me half an hour, I can be back home. Are you at home? Is that where you are?
Yeah, I'm at home.
I'll give me about half an hour, and I'll turn up.
Yeah, no problem. I'll be around.
Oh, good. I shall see you later.
Okay.
That's the phone's pulled away from you. You just hear in the background, and you tap tap, and then the phone hangs up.
Just, I'm not gonna lie. After that hang up, it's just like looking at the phone, like, ugh.
Yes, you're inside the house, and you have about half an hour to kill.
Well, let's see. Fuck it. She's got a.
I was say, so what is your plan for this 30 minutes?
I'm trying to think if there's anywhere I haven't explored that's not off limits.
Well, you've pretty much been through the entire house. Yeah, you haven't been in everybody's room, but that's just rude.
Yeah, that's just rude. You know what? I'm curious, Tom. Let me ask you this. The house has several floors, at least 3.
It has
and I know
Yes.
up on Ivy's floor, the roof is kind of slanted,
Yes.
and her room is to one side. Is there just a wall to the other side?
Yes.
Because there's probably a crawl space there, and I am feeling nosy.
I can certainly take a look if you like.
Yeah, why not? She'll probably wander up and at least switch into her slippers first, because cozy slippers.
You swap into the slippers, the fluffy slippers, of course, as they're always positioned where they always are, by the side of your bed, the right side of your bed as you are sat in it, so the left side as you walk in.
They are always in exactly the right spot. So yeah,
They are
she'll tuck off her shoes and, kind of nudge them half under that side of the bed, and then, swap out the socks, put on some clean ones, and just shove her feet into the slippers. Warm, toasty feet.
And I'm guessing you make your way up the 3rd flight of stairs.
Yeah. Just kind of wander up.
You make your way up. The light, of course, is on. There's nobody sat outside Ivy's door. And it's this kind of like janky hallway.
It's a jinky hallway.
Yeah. So the usual setup. It's a pretty long, narrow hallway. It's got a chest of drawers next to Ivy's door on the outside. It just seems to end. You know how big her room is, so it spans the full expanse of her room. But the right side, as you're facing it now, is slanted with the roof, as far as you know.
At about what point does it cut off to wall? Like at head height, at like shoulder height?
Like this thing is, so to put it like this. So you know what? I will draw it in the Roll20 for you because it's hard to for me to understand it. So I don't know where you're looking, but you can see this, correct?
I will in a moment. Let me.
There's an L somewhere near the top middle.
Oh, I am not seeing the map. Hold on. Let me refresh.
Yeah. So when you find it, that is the shape of the hallway, so to say.
Okay, so it actually goes fairly short.
Yes.
Oh. Does Ivy's room have a slanted ceiling?
No.
Huh. Well, nosiness abated. If it's only like a knee-high wall, there's probably not a lot in there, and there's probably not even access to it. It's probably just walled off. And as nosy as she may be, and no matter how sweet Ivy is about letting her wander in and out of the room, she's not going to just bust into Ivy's room and snoop when she's not there. Tempting though it may be.
All right. Is there anything else you're planning on doing?
Let's see. Let me look at this real fast. You know what? She's gonna head down to the library and keep an eye out for I want to say Lydia.
You want to say Lydia? Well, Lydia would indeed be what you would know as the librarian of the house.
Well, there you go. So yeah, she'll keep an eye out for Lydia as she's on her way down there. But yeah, we'll head down to the library. Poke her head in.
The library is a library. In fact, there are books, many of them, and bookshelves, many of those too.
And there was some sort of, oh god, there is the big index system. Oh Jesus Christ.
Yep, there's a load of files and filing cabinets right at the back. The room is about half the size in reality, but yep, there's a load of filing cabinets.
Oh fuck it. Upon taking a step or two in, the lights on and everything, she'll kind of glance around and be like, Lydia?
And you make your way in, shut out, just poking the head out from the side.
Oh.
Hey.
Hey. I gotta be honest, you would probably know where to look and I wouldn't. Do we have any books about like local like boogeymen or cryptids or weird local folklore or anything?
Local folklore.
Like the Jersey Devil. Like just kind of splays the hands. Things like that.
I mean, probably. Why? What exactly are you looking for?
I've just seen some really weird shit, and I figured if anyone else had ever seen it, there'd probably be some sort of, I don't know, local legend or boogeyman story about it.
I mean, I can take a look.
Maybe I'll finally pick up some of how everything's put together while we're at it.
Well, I know how everything's put together.
Thank God, because I don't know that I could figure this out in any kind of reasonable amount of time.
It's not that difficult. It's just, alphabetical and numerical. Everything's in order.
I guess
Just
it's all about knowing what word you're looking for.
Well, exactly. If you know what you're looking for, then you know where to look.
I guess the good question is, what word would I be looking for?
Well, it depends on what exactly you're looking for. Well, Jersey Devil, I mean, I imagine you want to look in down horror. Now, is it? No, it's not sorted by genre, by alphabetical. She wanders over towards a bookcase, starts looking through. Well, I don't think we have anything on Jersey Devil, but I mean, there's probably some folklore stuff around here somewhere.
Okay. Oh, where would I look for that?
You want that?
Hmm?
Do you want that then? There's,
Yeah.
alright. She starts spinning around. It's kind of like I'm thinking and looking. Ah, that's probably one point. Starts walking towards a bookcase. Seemingly to you, it's just fucking random. Because she just span on her heel 360 degrees and went, that one.
You know what? This is why she asked if Lydia was here. This is exactly why. So yeah, she just follows along.
And she looks, gets this little step up stool, stands on it, looks, finally stops, pokes the book. It's a start. Something,
Sure.
She pulls out the book. It looks fairly old. Not the kind of A4 size, big, heavy book, leather bound.
Oh.
Pulls out all the fancy kind of like, really like, oh yes, this is quite something. Sort of cover on it, gold engraving sort of stuff. That definitely not gold. It's kind of gold paper, but still. She lifts it up, looks at it. I mean, this is like spooky stories based on folklore, but it's kind of in the right direction.
I mean, heck, I'll still give it a leaf through. Might give me an idea of what to look for.
Well, it's just offers it to you.
Yeah, she'll reach up to take it, so Lydia doesn't have to hold the big ass book while she's getting down off the step stool. Is there? I mean, I honestly don't know what to look for besides like a weird things in Boston.
Well, depends what you're actually looking for. So, from my understanding, if you're after like weird things, like things,
Yeah, not people, things.
yeah, but like things, like you know, things.
I think so.
Well, then you're probably better asking, one of your guys. But if you're actually looking for old legends and myths sort of stuff, then books are always a good start. Police reports are usually good, but more difficult to come by. But older things like, so I don't know if they still do it, especially in Boston. But old police reports eventually become public file.
Oh, that's a good point.
So we're talking like 1800 sort of stuff. Like obviously nothing they want to release, but weird that she does the full finger waggle thing.
the air quotes.
Weird things that people don't really just read for the fun of it. I mean, could have a look.
That's not a bad idea. Thanks.
I mean, I could take a look if you want me to.
If you've got the time, sure. Just weird monsters with really long limbs, spiked tails, no eyes. It was definitely some like horror movie looking stuff.
Well, I'll see what I can find with that description. Although it's don't bet on it.
I mean, have you ever seen Aliens? You know, the movie?
Of course, I've seen Aliens. Adjust the glasses, like yeah, of course.
This is a bit of a grin because that's exactly the right answer. Kind of like that.
But you should know that xenomorphs do actually have eyes.
I'm not sure these ones did.
Well, no, because you've already described them as they're not xenomorphs, but actual xenomorphs. It's described and they have eyes.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I had never noticed the eyes.
Well, from what I understand, I'm gonna have to fact check this now because it's gonna drive me insane. But it's underneath the she does the like the expression towards her head, forehead, like
Like
backwards.
the dome. And else gives a grin. Like, I mean, they seem like they'd have to. They obviously aren't blind in the movies. They just, yeah. Actually, that's, you know, when you find that, can you, I don't know, text me the site or the article or whatever? Because now I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, sure.
But thanks for this. Can I take this up to my room or does it need to stay in the library?
No. Take it.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a problem. I'm sure that if it needs to go back, I'll come and find it.
Yeah. Sure. Okay. Well, thanks.
It's not a problem. Smiles.
Yeah. Just give her a little bit of a wave and, you know, tuck the book with some, you know, some decorum and respect because you don't want to just drop a book all willy-nilly. And this one's got some real weight to it, so handle that properly. Yeah, she'll toddle out, and actually, we'll probably end up just heading to her room with the book. Leave the door open so theoretically she can hear when Ivy gets in, and until then, we'll end up like plopped on her bed with her laptop out and flipping through the book, and at the same time, like, admittedly, just kind of skimming the book, looking at the different things that are in there because they're probably more classical stuff, but at the same time hitting up some of her creepypasta sites and some of the more ridiculous websites about local folklore in different areas and trying to find one for Boston.
Yeah, well, but the time that you have, yeah, it's easy to see that this book is just a almost like a compendium of American like folklore, which overall isn't a lot, but it looks like it's been embellished and some just straight out just fucking stolen. It's very storybook esque, kind of like a best way to describe it, like a monster manual sort of thing.
That's kind of fantastic.
Yeah, so like you got what you'd expect, like El Chupacabra and all that kind of stuff, like in there as well, and then there's like just werewolves and all that kind of stuff. It's totally like B movie kind of shit.
Yeah.
It's everything you know from the movies sort of thing. But yeah, while you're looking through and doing your little bit of researchery, you hear the door go.
Ooh. Perk up.
You perk up. There
Yeah.
is conversation happening downstairs.
Yeah, she'll go ahead and close the laptop and set the book on the bedside table and hop up, head out to the hallway.
And over the banister, you can see Ivy. She's made her way in. She's already Polo's already taken her bag off her, and he's walking with it towards the kitchen. She's starting to make her way upstairs.
Yeah, just get a little wave on her way up. Quirk of a grin.
She smiles. Well, hey, hello.
Hey. So not a very exciting night except for the one Colin?
Just waves the hand. Oh, it's nothing important. No, not really. Just, the usual kind of things. Admin stuff mainly, but,
Oh,
yeah, sometimes you just gotta, do the things that are boring, I guess. The call out made it a little bit more interesting, but I was right in the middle of doing like taxes, I guess. I don't know.
taxes.
Yeah, that's a thing that people do, right? Like taxes.
Yeah, well-adjusted, independent adults. Yeah,
Yeah.
usually.
I've never done a tax in my life. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, yeah. I tried using TurboTax. I ended up just paying someone to do it for me.
Oh, yeah. She shrugs. That's what I've got Lydia for. I mean, she knows all that sort of stuff.
Lydia is awesome like that.
She is. But you did want to speak to me, and is it a speaking that we want to have in the living room, bedroom, or
Probably an upstairs kind of talk.
alrighty? And she'll turn on her heel and start walking up the stairs.
Yeah, she'll follow her up.
She makes her way towards the room, opens the door, and of course it is Ivy's room, as it always is, pretty much the same.
Da-da-da.
She makes her way and takes off walks into the walk-in wardrobe, of course. Takes off the
Naturally.
jacket. Yeah, I'm guessing you shut the door behind you.
I do.
Do. Yeah. It's like she walks in. Okay, so make yourself comfortable. The usual sort of thing.
I will do just that. So she saunters in and has a flop on the couch.
So, what is it you wanted to talk to me about?
Handful of things. Some of them are kind of boring, and some of them are more interesting, and some of them have kind of gotten to my head. So,
All right. Well, we got a full shebang going on then. So,
yes.
yeah, you can hear it. She's speaking. The loud speaking from the walk-in wardrobe. She finally comes out wearing like a pink onesie.
That is fantastic.
Though complete contrast with the blue hair, because she is blue at the minute.
Fan-fucking-tastic. And yeah, she can't help like glancing as she comes out with the pink onesie, and it's just the big fucking grin. 'Cause that's fabulous.
She makes her way over and just plumps herself down on the couch, cross-legged. Smiles. So,
Okay, so the first part's just kind of the me being paranoid part. And last night I introduced myself to the Seneschal, to a couple new people, and everyone's saying they've heard about what I'm doing. Am I good? Because it's almost so complimentary. It makes me wonder.
well, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Like, what? Like, give me an example.
Just I want to say even the Seneschal had heard about me before. And I figure, all things considered, after you guys like teased me and all, I mean, word gets around everything you do, right? So I just wanted to make sure I was good.
So, is this a reputation check, or you know,
I just want to know the difference between like if that's real or people are just trying to butter me up.
oh, okay. So obviously, I'm going to take it that you're worrying about what people have been saying about you and Alec and that sort of thing, right? And if it's a case where you can't really believe that people are actually complimenting you based on what you're actually doing, or based on what you think they're hearing.
it's I know I've been involved in stuff, and that's overall it's good, and I'm keeping that up, and I'm doing that. I don't know how far the whole you know parking garage thing got, and whether it's a
Okay.
laughing at me behind their hands thing, or I'm actually in the good.
So let me put it this way. I will put it this way for you. So what you did was, honestly, thinking about the rules and what happened, what you did, from what I know, was nothing at all. I mean, it's a little reckless, but yeah, crazy kids do reckless things all the time, right?
Yeah.
So, and now people keep saying that you're doing good things, which you are indeed. You're getting yourself out there. But I put it this way for you. As, of course, now does the full, like, the hand point towards itself, flutters her eyelashes, rolls the eyes. The most esteemed harpy within the court. Having people talk about you in whatever way, they're still talking about you. Your name is on the lips of everybody in court. Now, if that's what you want, then that's the perfect thing to take a hold of and use. Because everybody's talking about you right now. Why do you think I brought it up? Why do you think I brought it up at that table? To jab at you? Please, why would I do that?
Oh no, not really. It was teasing at best, and
It
it was
was-
good natured.
It was a little bit teasy, but the way to bring it up in conversation with my friends, your friends, and all those important people at that table in Elysium is everybody's talking about my child.
Oh, that makes a certain amount of sense.
And there's a whole lot of reputation that comes with, the child of a harpy is currently the buzz of conversation right now. Everybody's going to have eyes on her, and then it sets you up for when you make another move that is beneficial towards the court, that everybody is going to see it. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
So, I don't actually know what happened kind of thing. But I have the idea. So, from what I know is that you didn't actually do anything bad. It was more Alec and a little bit too excited.
Pretty much. I mean, we both got amped. I just
Wow,
didn't do anything.
It's fine. Kids will be kids. I will put it this way then. The only thing that broke the rules was somebody at the two of you was caught on camera going way too quick for a normal person.
There's just that little bit of wince.
Now, luckily, Alex got a whole lot of reputation, got a whole lot of people backing him, and I believe it was one of his friends who actually found it. So, it got buried. But, no, rumors are rumors.
So, if it got buried, how did it get around?
Oh, people talk. And if you know how to talk to people, then you know how to get any form of information out of people, even stuff that they're hiding. Because you can bury the evidence, but somebody's still seen it. Just gotta know to talk to the right person and ask the right questions. She smiles.
There's like that little squid of a look playfully, just like, did you get it?
Did you actually ask her if she gets it?
Yeah, she actually did. She's like, did you, are you the one that got it?
Of course I got it. Think I'm gonna miss something out like that? It stuck out on their face like a sore thumb.
Really?
What?
It's just, I don't know. The whole, how does that stick out on someone's face?
Oh, please. I said depends on who you're talking to. Everybody's got to tell. You know, it's just I go through the whole social dynamics, that sort of thing. But if you know who you're talking to, and that person you're talking to has got a certain amount of leverage that you don't understand and how to manipulate, then it works.
Wow.
See, obviously, I can't tell you who I found out of because that's putting myself at risk or putting you at risk. But it's a weakness. But I can tell you that the information I got was 100% solid.
That is both terrifying and awesome.
A harpy. She winks.
Wow.
But in the grand scheme of things, to put your worrying mind at rest, it is people talking about you. They have nothing to prove. They have nothing to set on you. There's none of that. I'm clearly the primogen on the one that are poking fingers and anything like that. If it was bad, you'd have Felix knocking at the door.
Wow, really?
Yes. Because if you've broken a rule, now if the sheriff or the people are higher up and not taking care of it, the whip will take care of it.
Yikes. Okay. Well, good to know. Okay. So it's actually as good as it sounds that everyone seems to know who I am.
Of course they're going to know who you are. I've made sure of that.
It's we're definitely above high school politics here, which is about all the prior experience I've got, to be fair.
Well, I mean, it's not far off, to be fair.
Okay. Then let me ask you a really weird question, because Garnet said something
Okay.
and it hit a little close to home, and I don't know if it was a lucky guess or if he actually knows things.
Well, I mean, okay, let's hear it first of all, because it is Garnet.
It is Garnet, and I don't know where any of us really stand with Garnet, but it was a lot of talking, and he touched my tattoos a couple times, but right there at the end, he reached out and he touched my cheek and said, "That's so you know I'm real."
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to say. So, anybody can find out anything. So, let me put it like this. Garnet's a harpy. Much like I found about your little excitement, he can find out about things that you've been doing with people. And if you've, been talking with certain people that about certain things, he will be able to pick up on that, not just on you, but on other people as well.
Yeah, but you and Niall, that's only happened in this house. That's only been talked about in this house.
And Toreador are a strange thing. They are. I wouldn't let him get to you about it. Because Garnet, I'll put it like this. Garnet and I operate in very similar circles. Garnet, admittedly, is a lot more devious than I am. Well, that's what I like everybody else to think. But at the end of the day, if he's trying to mess with you, then he's more than likely doing it out of his own fun. And I'd say it's a 50-50 chance that he took a stab in the dark. Just because I've seen him do these similar things with people before, or he has actually found out a little something. And again, with how you've been acting and reacting to certain things, it's if he's seen, done something. You just ask people how you're behaving. Behavior tells a lot about a person.
She kind of does the bit of a sit back on the couch and goes back to the thoughtful lip chewing, trying to self account. Has she done anything that would give that impression? And as much as she can sit there and be like, oh, she reaches out and she does touch Alex's hand and stuff in public, it's not something she does habitually with everyone. Did Garnet, know any of us really well who did something like that? Because, Niall taught it to me. Works.
What do you mean?
The whole touching someone so you know.
Maybe. I don't know. But to somebody who's smart, especially a harpy, someone who picks up on every social cue going off in the room at the same time, he's going to notice it. I've noticed it. But I know why you do it, and I understand that. And that's entirely fine. I'm not going to tell you to stop.
Am I doing it without thinking? Because I'm not going to say I haven't ever, but I didn't think I'd done it out there. I've done it with you, Niall, just to make sure I'm grounded.
And then there's the counter argument of, remember who his brother is, right?
Well, yeah.
Now, it's not necessarily Alex telling him, but again, Garnet's good at picking things out of what people are saying. So he's not told him exactly, but he might have picked up a few things. They talk, Garnet and Alec get on really well.
That's not... She actually, gets a little bit of a twist to the expressions. That's not the same, though. I guess he wouldn't know the difference, but it's not the same.
I can't say. I'm just speculating. Yeah?
Yeah. No, it just... Like I said, it hit a nerve. And I really, really, really wanted to just believe it was a lucky guess.
I'll put it like this. And I've been saying that a lot, but it seems to be working. Garnet, he's he is what he is. He's good fun, but he's also a type of predator that likes to play. So if he knows that it's going to drive you mad and start worrying you and like this, he's going to get satisfaction from it. because it's a game. It's all a big game.
Yeah.
Now, you can sit here and let it worry about it that somebody's noticed a, effectively a coping mechanism, or you can realize that it's a very normal thing that all of us have and portray at some point, and it just so happens that a very keen-eyed individual has picked up on it. That's not really, you know.
Yeah.
I do ask where he said this, though. Was it in court?
It was at the theater. I was talking to him and Alec had to go talk to, I want to say, Arthur, and left us talking. And Garnet, I mean, you're right, is good fun to talk to, but I know I'd be punching way above my weight, so I don't really linger long. But he still, I don't know, it just kind of stuck with me the last bit. The rest of it was, I mean, oof, it was interesting and it was definitely getting above my head. So yeah, I went to disengage, and just that last bit kind of threw me for a loop. I didn't say anything. I'm not going to say I didn't give him anything. If he can read people as well as you can, and you can read people that well, I'm sure he got something, but it's not like I went around paranoidly asking everyone. Figured I'd ask you.
I get it. I do. And she reaches out and just kind of like strokes the side of your face, brushing the hair out a little bit. But, you're stronger than that. You're not going to let somebody just roll over you. Are you?
No,
Exactly.
I'm not. I just wanted to make sure I hadn't, I don't know, let on, or someone had told him, or I don't know. Maybe I just wanted some reassurance. I don't know.
Wow. I hope that, I'm trying to reassure you, but I don't actually know what he's trying to do. And honestly, I wouldn't worry about it because it's not anything scathing. Oh, you like to hold somebody's hand. Ooh. So people do a lot of things like that. Like I have a few of them. And he's certainly picked up on mine. Hell, I think everybody's picked up on mine, but smiles.
Okay. So, think I can resist the urge to freak out?
I wouldn't freak out over him.
Kidding. I mean, is there someone who is definitely worth freaking out over?
If the prince comes asking you that sort of thing, that's kind of a freak out.
That'd be a very personal interest from
Yeah, from the
Jesus.
prince. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Solid point. I will reserve my freakouts for when the prince comes asking personal questions about my coping mechanisms. That would be really weird. Wow.
It would, but yeah, see, it's It's a harpy having fun.
Okay.
He's poking, trying to get a reaction out of you. Set you on your guard.
So is it a better idea to give him one or to not?
Well, it entirely depends on you.
I mean, you know Garnet better than I do, I'm sure.
Well, if Garnet came to me poking fun, I, being the person that I am, would engage in the social act of dueling with him and turn it back on him.
I don't think I'm quite well enough armed for dueling.
Oh, so then you just take it in stride.
Okay.
Because let's say, okay, let's do this. Pretend you're Garnet, okay? As she shivers, horrible as that might be. And then you ask me exactly what he said to you, and I'll, own it.
Okay. Just because you see her take a moment to kind of like, okay, because that's an interesting exercise and this should be enlightening. And she does, and it's the worst part is it's not that she's a good figure of Garnet, but even imagining Garnet doing it, it's kind of slinky. So it's one of those things where she even has the same kind of warm touch going, and it's that lean in and the rub of the curve of the thumb against the cheek, like just under the cheekbone, that kind of too intimate brush, that kind of too close lean in. And that's so you know I'm real.
And so as you start to brush the hand down off the face, she grabs hold of the wrist and holds it there. And she looks deep into your eyes, and you could, like, Ivy's never really looked at you like this before, but it's like she's never really looked in this way to you before. It's strange. It's almost like something just switched on in her. Like the face is very much like the picture. It's those puppy dog eyes, that such sweet face. It's finally you can see that she's always pretty, but that, wow, that's just kind of I'm not expecting that. And she smiles so sweetly. I'm so glad. Don't know what else I would do, knowing that you're real right here. Kind of leans onto your hand a little bit, and the smile just goes that little bit devilish.
Alice just has the slowly progressing, like, oh, face. Oh.
Because what else would I do without being here talking to you like this, Having such an intimate conversation.
Okay. Yep.
See?
Holy shit.
That's what I would do.
That, I feel like that would be super effective.
Because that's fighting Garnet at his own game, which is what he's very good at, which you boost his ego because he will win on that one because he's better. But you go show a good show and his ego's boosted, he's happy, blah, blah. Yeah, you get how it works.
Yeah. I see. Wow.
But that's what I would do, and that is, somewhat dangerous if you don't really want to get involved in that sort of thing.
I confess, if I tried something like that and it continued to escalate, I would, I'd go from doggy paddling to drowning in record time, but it'd be a good shot to get in.
But, it's all good enough going, you know, as he asks, and you just smile and agree. Because he's not wrong, is he?
No.
And understanding that what information you're giving out to him is not actually going to affect anything is even better because he just gets to know you more, which isn't exactly a bad thing.
Is it not? Just the most doubtful little glance.
Well, it depends what he knows, obviously, but in the great game of things, you gotta give a little to get a little. If everybody thinks you're this mysterious being that sits in the corner with his hat on, being all broody and edgy, yeah, people aren't gonna want to come talk to you.
Which would suck. And I
Exactly.
guess acknowledging it and confirming it kind of takes some of the power out of it.
Exactly that.
Okay. Well. One day, I'll be actually good at this instead of kitty table good at this.
Oh, you'll be fine. You got plenty of time to figure it out anyway.
Ah. Oh. Uh, the last thing. And, you remember the whole thing in the sewers? The big, all of us chomping down there?
I do.
And the things we saw down there?
I remember the description a number of people gave.
Okay. Is it in any way common knowledge that they've been above ground since then?
Uh, Not entirely. I had heard that the hounds have found something that's wandering about, but it's one of those where it's these things like this just crop up every so often.
Really?
Yeah. So with us being on, as the prince describes it, the front line. It's not actually the front line, but what he describes as the front line. Things crawl across no man's land. She does inverted commas every so often. Things that aren't necessarily out there to be malicious, just lost, really.
These things are pretty malicious.
Well, that they're not nice things that get out, but it's not exactly like it's trying to bring down the mayor of Boston or just disable the police force and the emergency services kind of thing. This is just what sounds like a creature that's kind of wandering about trying to eat things.
Okay, fair.
So it's doing what it's like an animal, like a rabid animal lost in a city, and what you'd expect it to do, you know?
I guess. I talked to one person who thought it had been handled after we went underground. I've seen them twice now.
Well, I I was under the belief it had been handled, but if you've seen another one, then I shall pass it on to the relevant people. Have you told anybody this, or?
Uh, I told the Ruha Primogen about one of them. I was with Anna when I saw it.
Huh. Well, she kind of waves her hand a little bit. Honestly, that's a little bit above my pay grade, but I imagine she's doing something about it. Alexis isn't one to just sit idly and twiddle her thumbs.
I saw one when I went to meet Felix, too. We had to fight it. I saw the Warhammer was really big.
Interesting.
And is there any way to keep people from just opening a door in the back of your head and walking in when they want to? Because if there is a way to keep that from happening, I'd love to know.
Yeah, she looked like she was thinking, and then the kind of confused look on her face, like, what? What? And looks at you. That's a weird one. Whoa, where's that come from?
That there is a woman that keeps doing it. It's like she just opens a door and walks in. And there's nothing I can do to lock the door or keep her out or even make her leave.
Are we talking like a physical door, or are we like...
No, like crazy voice in my head, sometimes seeing
Oh.
things. But I've actually seen her. She's not just in my head. I've actually seen her before.
Well, there's two things you can do. So you can't exactly, stop it, because if somebody's getting through, and it is what it is. But I'm more curious into who and what's doing this. Is it somebody in the court? Because if somebody's doing this, I tell you what, sister, I'm gonna have a word.
No, it's not anyone from here. It's this. I want to say it's the woman in the red dress. I keep forgetting her name. It's something like Celeste, but she does it. She sometimes, I mean, last time it was just talking, but before that it was trying to make me look at memories I didn't want to look at. It was trying to make me look at things I didn't want to look at or see things I didn't want to see. And she just keeps coming in.
Okay. So there's it's training your mind in a way. You gotta, to be better at stopping people do that, you gotta train your mind things. Train it to be not fall into a comfort zone, if you know what I mean.
How do I do that?
So I'll put it this way. You know how you open the door, right?
Oh.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How many times are you right or left-handed?
She picks up the right hand, gives the fingers a wiggle. Right hand.
Yeah, so, you're right-handed. So I'm guessing you open every door with the right hand, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's comfortable.
Yeah.
Now try forcing yourself to do it with the left.
It's just kind of like the quizzical look.
Because little things like that, it's training your mind to be alert, if you know what I mean. It's so every time you walk into a door, it's not just you're running on autopilot, you're training your mind, your brain effectively to think about what you're doing, and causing your brain to think more makes, it's like a muscle. The more you work it, the stronger it gets. And getting out of these comfort zones is one strong way to make it stronger.
Okay.
She smiles. Yeah, so like little things. So opening doors with your left hand instead of your right. Because you will, I guarantee the first few times you try it, you will forget straight away. It's weird. You know, just picking things up with either hand. Putting your shoes on the right way. So I imagine if you're right-footed, you would always put your right one on first, just out of habit.
Yeah.
Try putting your left on first.
Okay.
It's training train your brain, your mind out of these comfort zones makes it harder for people. So you're constantly thinking more, which makes it harder for people to just knock on that door and open it.
Okay. I'll do that. Just it'll take a while, won't it?
Now it takes some time. Yeah, that or you want a tinfoil hat.
You know, if I thought a tinfoil hat would work, I would wear one 24/7. I'd make it a fashion statement.
And I mean, I'd have to own it too.
Just, I think the last time it was her again and she was wearing a different face.
Okay. Well, so her name's Celeste. She wears a red dress. Likes to delve into people's minds.
The first time I saw her was at like the first rave I went to with Alec. She just this really she was really striking, you know, she really stood out. I remember looking at her and one of the times when I was with Felix, I saw her in my reflection. And then this time it was at the last rave I was at. I think she was wearing a different face. And I got separated from people when everything went bananas. I was trying to figure out what had happened. I was trying to follow the blood trail and see what happened, but I guess I got turned around and I ended up in this room. I got locked in and I heard her outside trying to get in the door. And I scrambled out before she got in there, but then she was in my head again. I didn't even realize it was her until she just waltzed into the back of my head and started talking to me.
Well, I definitely don't like the sounds of it. And you've done right to tell me at least, so I will shoot this up the chain. Because what it sounds like is we've got somebody that's if it's somebody that's not in the court, that's it's not good.
Oh, it's not.
But whatever they say or try and make you do, don't buy into it. Okay?
I'm not.
Okay, good.
It's just everything it's like walking up to someone and then trying to sell them a literal handful of shit. What she's selling is something I don't want.
What's she selling?
She said I have to realize that something like you couldn't trust anyone. Essentially, the world's an awful place. Nothing will ever be good. You might as well just. I I don't know. She said that I needed to be enlightened, and I didn't want it.
Well, whatever they're selling, whatever this crazy shit that they're on about is, just try your best to avoid those places you've seen her. 'Cause it's not something I want you to get involved in. Now, this is potentially something that we all feared was gonna come, but I don't want to say it outright. But if we can get the hounds on this, get it sorted and whatever it is dealt with, then we're all going to be better off.
It's a little nod.
She smiles.
Thankfully, she doesn't seem to show up anywhere with any kind of pattern, which I guess on the one hand means harder to avoid, but it means at least I don't have to keep worrying about stumbling into her.
Oh, good. And as always, I'm a phone call away.
You are.
And you could be surprised who I can get to come out running in a moment's notice.
I probably would.
Especially now Bones is back. And smiles.
He did say hi.
Oh, I have missed him. He's great.
I want to say he said he wanted to have a chance to talk to you sometime.
Oh, did he? Oh, that's great. Oh, good. Good. We have to make sure to see him next time. Some social thing or something. I'm sure he's got so many great stories to tell about his time all over the fucking place.
Yeah, he and Felix were sitting together like...
Two grumpy old men.
Yeah,
sure.
pretty much.
Yeah, they've been through a lot.
That's what I've been picking up.
Well, I can't say for exact, but I want to say they're both pushing on to 100.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they've been around a good while.
Were
They used to run. Yeah.
Are they really in a coterie together?
Well, I don't know for sure, but they definitely used to do run together for sort of thing. I mean, the rumor is, of course, that they used to be a coterie known as the Black Dogs. But who knows? Kind of one of those things, coteries don't really make themselves overly known because then people know who you're working with.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, yes and no.
I mean, I guess technically I don't even know who you run with.
Exactly. See, because if people know who I ran with, it'd be a weakness of mine, so to say.
Oh.
And as a harpy, somebody's always looking for a weakness.
So it's the kind of thing you keep on the down low?
Yeah. Oh, I don't really have one.
It's just like it's the curious look.
What?
Really?
Was it an official kind of coterie of people that I run with? Not exactly. I have people that I trust. And of course, the family.
Of course.
I'm not going to advise against it because they're useful. A group of people allied to a similar goal, or just looking out for each other in this kind of shit, especially with it, Boston being the city that it is. Having people watching your back's a great thing indeed. Helping each other out is not always a bad thing.
Okay. Looks thoughtful. Okay. I think I've run out of things to ask and spill my guts about.
Really?
I mean, there's always more, but I don't guarantee it's very interesting.
No. I thought you had loads of things to tell me.
I mean, I thought some of those were going to be a bigger deal than they were, and
All you make out things are a massive deal. It's just, people talking. It's literally, you gotta remember, it's literally a room full of people that are from, like, I want to say 20 to 1,000 years old. People get bored.
well, yeah, but like the monsters up on the streets attacking people?
Well, that's not exactly common knowledge. I mean, I only find out now. And I'm pretty sure that you mentioned that to the Primogen, and she told you to keep it down low until you got some real hard evidence.
Oh, I mentioned one of them. I didn't mention the other one.
Well, am I wrong on what she said, though?
No.
Well, there you go, because you can't go around spouting rumors and stuff, because that's how you get people panicked. And quite clearly, the prince does not want people panicked.
Yeah.
The city's, it's different. It's as Rose decides she wants to jump up. It's, we're built from different stuff up here.
Yeah. Oh, I am definitely gonna go get a look at that whole storage container mess.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure my company's getting the contract for it. So I've already volunteered to put in overtime if they need it to get it.
Huh? Well, who would have thought that, the person that's being talked about in Elysium all this time, the little buzz of rumors that's going around is actually getting some real good work done, huh? Funny that. I wonder what they'll all say that then, they realize that the person they're talking about is actually doing good stuff.
Well, what about, how do we know when something's just normal crime and mugging's gone wrong, or is something we should care about? Because there's the big burglary thing that went down on, South Side? And then there's the slasher in, I want to say, North Side?
Well, I'll put it this way. Normal crime doesn't normally involve killing people. Now, as common as the news makes it out, it's not that common.
So I should try to nose into literally everything humanly possible.
Well, you want to be safe, but not everybody's got that much time. And, well, honestly, if it's reaching the news like that, it means either somebody missed it or somebody's already pulled details. Because do you believe that somebody just happened to break into a house on the south side and found nothing while the guy was on holiday? Like from what I know, they stole things, but do you believe that they just targeted a guy that's away out of the country?
I mean, I
possible.
guess if you want to be like a burglar in the movies and go to burgle a house while someone's supposed to be away on vacation. But then again, those are always slasher fics, and they're not actually away, or, the teenager stays and has a party with all their friends and they all die horribly.
Well, she thinks. It's a difficult one. Because what the papers say is it's something. Something's going on. I'm not saying go bounding looking into it. I'm just saying be careful about it.
Of course. Admittedly, that one, lacking in bodies, I really don't have a way to get at it.
Well, yeah, but I'll put it this way then. Don't. I've said it again. I've said it again. You know what? I'm going to keep on saying it. This is my new thing. Fine. At least I'm self-aware. But either way, don't question some of the things that you see. Because I'm not going to outright tell you, because that's no fun for me. And you're never going to learn if I outright tell you things. Things aren't always as they are told.
Are you saying the media lies?
I'm not saying anything. Maybe I'm just saying words and you're picking up things that I'm saying.
I mean, would you say that is an incorrect statement?
I'd say the statement above is false.
That the media lies?
I don't know. You tell me. Does the media lie?
I mean, well, yeah.
How do you know that?
Because it's the media and they almost always twist things at least a little to make them more sensational so people will read the paper.
Then what does that tell you?
I bet it kind of makes me wonder why they made a big deal out of a burglary unless it was the house of someone really important.
Well, you're thinking on lines, not necessarily the right ones, but I'm sure you'll find some stuff out. But besides, I'm not gonna tell you what to do because that's no fun, and you will never learn. If you want to look into the robberies, you can start by, I don't know, asking some questions.
Do you know anything about them?
I know a few things because I ask questions.
Well, I'm asking questions now.
You are asking questions now. But what questions are you asking? You're just asking the question that you're asking questions.
Well, I'm asking if there's any chance you'd share what you found out.
Well, not all of it, because what am I going to get for it?
The knowledge that I'm going to be super nosy about it, and I'll bring you back anything else I find out.
That's a good promise, but I need insurance.
Insurance?
You're making deals with a harpy, Alice. Now, you might be my chowder, but you've got to learn the easy way or the hard way, and...
Is the information that valuable that it needs insurance?
The information I know is... benefits somebody else.
Oh?
So that letting it loose will let you in on understanding of somebody else's plans.
She's back to the thoughtful lip chewing, though this time it's, kind of leaned forward, engaged. I mean, if nothing else, isn't that kind of information on its own?
It
Knowing
is.
that what you know is valuable?
I wouldn't say it's valuable. It's what I know is useful.
Tingling boons with a harpy. I get outplayed.
Yeah?
He grins. Okay.
Oh, okay. And I put it like this. And I did it again. I did it again. I'll make a deal with you. I will tell you a little bit of what I know if you do something for me.
Isn't that essentially what the boon is?
Oh, yeah. Well, this is without actually putting it down on paper with it being a boon.
Oh,
Because I ask you to do something and then you say, yeah, I'll do it. And then I give you the information and then you do what I ask and then that's it. Whereas
okay.
if it's an official boon, it goes down on paper and then all the harpies know about it. And then if I call in the boon and you don't pay, then everybody starts screeching.
And I assume that way I also don't necessarily get to know what you're asking for before I get what I'm asking for. And in this case, you're at least offering to ask for the thing first?
See, now you're kind of confusing it, but I mean, I'm just going to ask you to do a thing. And then if you accept, then I'll tell you something I know about it. That might point you in a direction to look, if you're going to look, that is.
Okay. I'm game.
So she looks at the door, in fact, looks back at you. You know, Niall's been out a lot recently. Like a lot. Now that's it's fine. I know he's he's a busy guy. Such a busy guy. But I kind of think he's up to something. Something he doesn't overly want to tell me. So if you could, just make sure he's not getting himself into trouble.
Yeah. No problem.
Because, I couldn't help but notice, like, I got in the car the other day, and I saw, like, scratches on the top of the Mini.
What?
Yeah, like something has been on top of it. Like, I don't know, it looked pretty uniform. Like, I don't know, like you carrying a box or like a crate or something on top of it. I don't kind of look like that. Just where like something scuffs on the paint where it's been moving. Not like somebody holding on. Like, it's not that dramatic, Jesus. But that's like,
So just make sure he's okay.
yeah, just keep an eye on him.
Yeah, no problem.
Because I don't want to ask him straight away. Because I know, if he's doing something and it's a surprise, it might, freak him out, or if he's up to something that's working, he might be doing something for Felix, which I imagine he probably is. He's probably doing something for Felix, but it's clan business that's not necessarily in my know yet, and I just don't want to freak him out.
I get you. Yeah, absolutely.
Because I know that, especially with things how they are, he's going to be doing stuff as he does, because we'll put in our part. Just want him to be, safe.
Yeah, she nods.
All right, good. And what I know, of course, as the deal, is that the newspaper news report, whatever it was, I believe it was newspaper, didn't make the news. What was said in that is half true. Somebody's covered it up. I want to say, if I remember correctly, something about the guy was on holiday, actually a homeowner of one, that he's been like working with people or something, working with the cops still. That's a cover up.
Oh. Okay.
Because the guy was not on holiday.
It was a slasher flick, wasn't it?
I don't know 100%, but what I know is what's been put in there is covered up. And if, from what I know of cover ups, if they say the person is away, living with family, or moved out of state, then it normally means something is not gone right.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thanks.
She just smiles. It's not a problem. So is that everything? We're done being serious now?
We're totally done being serious now.
Okay, good. Because I really gotta take a shower.
You are free to shower at your leisure.
I'm gonna do that. She stands up and starts, spins on her heel and starts walking towards the ensuite.
You good?
Hmm?
Just checking.
Great.
Well, good. I like it when you're great.
Yeah. Well, I like it when you're great. So,
All right. I'm gonna go be Snoopy, snooping and pooping.
you go, do the Snoopy poopy stuff. I'll go grab your Fred, Velma, Daphne, Scooby Doo, and go searching. Do things.
I'll do things.
Okay, I'll do more things. Get people talking about you. It's good.
All right. I'll do some online snooping, and then I'll do some in real time snooping.
Yeah.
There'll be all kinds of levels of snooping.
Good. Do it.
I will.
But don't get hurt, because then I'll be sad and angry.
I will do my level best to not get hurt.
I won't be angry. I don't really get angry.
Oh, I'm glad. I would hate to see you when you're angry.
Yeah, you would. She turns and shuts the door.
And yeah, Alice will. You know what? I'm gonna indulge before I escape. I'm gonna go ahead and head out, get the laptop, snag that up, put on my proper shoes, and Alice is going to indulge in an impulse. She's gonna go ahead and hop in the car, and she'll be back around, but she's gonna drive out to the neighborhood that her mom's house is at, or what was her mom's house is at,
Okay.
because she's only seen it twice since, and it was different both times, and she wants to see which one has the higher consistency. So yeah, she'll just happen to cruise, at that polite low speed through the neighborhood to get a look at the house, see if there's, the signs of life, the cars in the driveway, or if it's an abandoned property. Kind of braces herself and rolls by.
You could see it straight away as you come onto the street. There's a car parked outside. There's one upstairs light on. No, the lawn has been mowed.
Yeah, that created more questions than answers. She you know what, she is just gonna head back to the comfort of home after that. Probably a bit of a pause and a puzzled look, but then we'll go, to the cul-de-sac, get herself turned around, and head back home, and be a little circuitous on the way back, guidelines and all, and finally park up and just come in and set herself down on the couch. Because if she is alone in her room, she'll have even more dreaded thoughts, and at least down here, well, theoretically, she will have her buddy Polo as the ever-silent moral support while she plunks away on the laptop and tries not to think about where the hell she went that night.
All right. Which one ended there?
I think so.
Do it.